Feliz Navidad, mi gente bella. Bienvenidos a otro video más de los 12 días de Navidad. And on this occasion, it's our 7th day of Christmas. So Merry Christmas, everyone. Today, as you'll see, we'll have Miguel Camargo, our networking king of Jacksonville. And it's the only video in English. And the reason is I wanted the best in each of the topics we're doing. And Miguel is the best when it comes to networking. He kind of figured out, I don't know, the formula, I guess, to turn those people we meet in the street into clients without being sellers or oversellers, and that's what he's here for. So tell us, Miguel, what is it that we do? Like, how is it that a new business can get clients without being too pushy on whatever they're selling?
Well, Merry Christmas! Thanks for having me. We're a freaking end 2024, going off into 2025 with a bang, right?
Yes.
So the biggest thing that I can tell you is when you. It's the mindset first. When you're going in to meet people, if your mentality is, I'm going to meet you today and I'm going to try to make you a client tomorrow. Yes, we want the income, we want the revenue to come through, but nobody wants to be looked at as a dollar sign or a number, right?
Correct. Yeah, nobody. Yeah.
And definitely within our communities, people are skeptical of people anyways. I think in the world today. So stand out among people and actually be genuine when you get to know people. When you say hello, when you say hi, have the things that work for you. Have human nature work for you, not against you.
Very important.
What I mean by that is most of the time when people meet people, they don't remember their name.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I use people's names, Jessica, so many times within a conversation. You're going to say, well, hey, remember my name, right? I ask genuine questions about people. I always look for commonality. There's something people want to buy from people that they like and trust.
Yes.
And the faster that I can get that connection made, the faster a transaction is going to happen.
Correct. So people don't buy because of the product. People buy because of the people selling the product.
100%. Because in every business, there's no one business alone that's the only person there. There's competition everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm meeting with people, I don't care whether you sell the same thing that I do or a competitor. I find a tribe of people that need me as much as I need them. And so I don't look at everybody as, hey, I don't need your business. I would love to have it.
Yeah.
I would love to be your person to service you in whatever we sell or service. But I don't need to treat you that way. I want you to, when you first meet me, he cares about me. He's there to listen. He's there to actually help. And then one of the greatest questions that I ask is, what do you need help with in your business right now? What are some of your struggles? And again, that only comes because that leans to my strong suit. One of my biggest, superpowers that I use is I talk to a little bit of everybody.
Yes.
So when you tell me a problem you have, my mindset goes to, who do I know that can help you fix that problem? Perfect.
And let's take a second there because it's important that you said you sit down with people, you listen to what their issues are. Like, in a conversation, like the question you said, what can I help you with in your business now? And you automatically go to try to fix it without even knowing the person or having them as your friend. It's just something that you're always trying to do. And I get that because I get messages of like, this person is looking for an accountant. Hey, do you know somebody that does this? Because this person that I just met needs this done for their business or in their lives, which is great. It's an asset, and it's something so genuine and empathetic that you have because not a lot of people care.
No. And it's so simple that it's what's easy to do is easy not to do.
Correct.
And so I always play the long-term game.
Okay.
Meaning because I don't need you today to pay my bills. I'm going to treat you as a long-term. This might take me 6 months to 2 years to close this.
Okay.
And if it takes that, imagine the roots of our relationship that's going to be built within 2 years. That if I treat you right, I perform on my services. How many more clients do you think you're going to send me versus if I treated you as like a quick sale?
A lot.
That's where businesses fault. They look at certain individuals, look at people as just a piece of revenue. How do I get at it? What can I get from you today?
And forget about.
Well, and certain businesses, when you don't have the right follow-up system and process, people tend to fall through the cracks because life happens, right?
Yes. But that is very important because, like you say, we build a relationship. And in videos that you're gonna see throughout these 12 days, I tell the story how I built a relationship with my broker, you know, the lender for the house.
Yep.
And he took the time to teach us how to, like on a seminar, and then took the time to run it and try to get us pre-qualified. And when he said, no, you can't, he didn't just stop there. He went through a plan and gave us a written plan of what is it that we need to do throughout the next few months to be able to buy the house.
Right.
So guess when we were pre-qualified, who we bought it with?
With the person who planted the seeds into you when they didn't need anything from you or they couldn't get anything from you.
Exactly. And that is very important because that's a relationship we have up to now. Like if I have people that are trying to buy and anything like that, and in my close circle right now, I don't have somebody that is licensed, then I'm like, hey, I know this guy. Like they couldn't do it. I'm pretty sure this guy is gonna be able to find a way to do it.
Correct.
You know, so it's like, it's amazing. Like we bought it, my mom bought through him and everything because it's what builds like that relationship and the caring, the going the extra mile.
Right.
So do you have certain rules that you follow in your business of like when you're meeting clients? Like who do you talk to? How do you see them or what questions do you do? Not to come out as a creep sometimes, because sometimes people talk to you like in a Walmart or something. You're like, you want from me? Like what is it that you need?
Are you asking how do I meet people?
Yeah, so
okay.
We can break that down.
So there's a couple of ways. I actually am that person that will talk to you inside of a Walmart.
Okay.
Or a Target or randomly. Because that's just in me already that I'm a oriented person. I have what is called the 3-foot rule.
Okay.
If I'm within 3 feet of you, I'm going to smile. I'm going to say hello. How are you? And whether you interact with me or not, it's completely up to you. If you don't, okay, I'll keep moving. And the reason I do that is you don't know how many lives you can affect in your day-to-day basis just by saying hello.
And just by smiling.
I'll have a conversation with you today. I don't even mention my business. I don't even say anything. I just, okay, wonderful. Have a great day. But I also look for examples of how to break a conversation. I have an example. So I buy icebreakers. 50% of the battle of starting a conversation is the icebreaker. How do I break the ice?
Oh.
How do I start a conversation with somebody, right?
Yes.
Well, I always say hello. I smile. I look good. I smell good. Always conscious of my breath. Those are very small things that I'm always conscientious of. But I look for something about you that I can say hello.
Okay.
Like if you have a football shirt on, I'm like, you're a fan of that. Or your construction. What type of construction do you do? Or if realtors always have their names back.
Their names, yeah.
And I just look for commonality. If you're a parent, I'm gonna say something about, hey, your kids are adorable, something like that. And if that conversation leads to something, then I move forward with it, with where it could go. But if not, I just move on, say hello, and I leave. But how do I turn that into clients and relationships? I look for ways to stay in contact with people. If I meet you today, I'm saying, here, let me send you my card. Let me send you my digital business card. On there, you can give me all your stuff. And because I give you my number first, law of reciprocation, you now feel, okay, well, let me give him my number now.
Yeah.
So you give me your number. Oh, by the way, I'm Miguel. What's your name?
Jessica.
Jessica, nice to meet you. I'm sorry. That's how I'm going to say that. Are you on social media? Do you use Instagram?
I am.
Yeah, let me follow you on Instagram, and I'll connect with you there.
Oh, because it's easier for people to give their Instagram or their Facebook than their phone number sometimes.
Either one. Whatever's going to be the most comfortable, right? Definitely being a guy.
Yeah.
I don't always ask for the number up front.
Okay.
From women, it all depends, right? And I also ask, hey, I ask about, hey, so you married, such and such, and I say, hey, listen, tell your husband that you met me today. I'd love to connect with you both.
Very important.
That way, hey, listen, there's no intentions there, right?
Yeah, correct.
But at the same process, that right there starts to, she's gonna bring me up again to somebody else, or he's gonna bring me up to somebody. So now they're thinking about me, later conversation. I connect with them on social media. So let's just say, I'll give an example. I've met clients at conferences. I'll connect with them on their Instagram. I comment on their stuff. I share their stuff. I will inbox them. I'll send them reels. And this is 6 weeks. Yeah. And I said, Miguel, you are the greatest person to follow up. Never mention my business. Never
you
mentioned it.
You took those few seconds that it might take to share a reel or comment, you know, and then you're not just like, oh, hey, hi on a comment, but you actually comment on what they post.
Correct.
So they see you're taking the time to watch what they shared and actually comment something that comes from the heart.
100%.
So it's treat people like you want to be treated, per se, because nobody, I talk to a lot of people, nobody likes somebody that comes to sell. Like, I don't like to be sold to. No. That's what I get a lot. I don't like to be sold to. And it's because we as people don't like to be seen as dollar signs. We don't want to be seen as a transaction. We want to be seen as a person that you will care for, that you care about, and build that relationship, right?
Right. People don't want to be sold, but you always want to buy something.
Yes. Tell that to my delivery guy. He's always here.
I love it.
Because it's convenient. It's so convenient and then it makes you kind of feel that, hey, like, my makeup brushes are old. Let me go and see who sells makeup brushes. Yeah. And then you go ahead and do it. Or I need a facial. Let me go and see from my contacts who has it, or a facial treatment. And then because of their relationship, like, I just bought my new facial kind of routine from a lady that I met 2 years ago. Yeah. And it's because I've always seen her in events. I've always, she always cares. She always has a great smile. She's always like commenting and like friendly. And I'm like, hey, I need a new routine. And she's an expert of it. And I've known her for a while, and she's always kind of there, but she has never tried to sell me stuff. Like, she has never been like, hey, buy me. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what made like that purchase, but I guess it translates to what you say. It's like that relationship that's been built.
Well, what you just realized, you said you've seen her everywhere. She's been polite to you, and she probably should have approached you in the last 2 years to transact with you.
She's tried, but I've always kind of been like, I don't want it. But as soon as I wanted the product, because I ran out, like, I knew exactly who to go to.
That's where we call you need to be an expert in your field. If people don't know from you, if people don't know who you are, they can't buy from you. And so there's a difference between treating people as a transaction. You must present what you do. Yeah. You have to be okay with that. This thing will take time to come to life. But at the same time, with that same level of confidence, you have to present it to them, say, hey, listen, this is what I do. I recommend, I'm the best at what I do. When you are ready, come to me. Yes. And I think we should all, as business owners, feel that level of self-worth, self-confidence. If you put in the time, the energy to become the best in your industry, right?
Yes, which I think that's something we share. I've put the time and everything in what I do, that I consider myself the best. Yeah. And you do the same, which is whatever. I think that's why we click so good. Of course. So now that we have a client, or like, let's say we made that first transaction, does a relationship end there?
Oh, no. That's actually, I think when you finally, money is being transferred for a service or product, that's when the game actually begins. Okay. Because as a client can fire you at any time. The moment someone goes from this company to there, they fired you. Yeah. Whether it was because of better price, better service, you as the servicing provider always have to under promise, over deliver. So when it comes to communication, I'm big into follow up. So I use CRMs today to where you're going to get an email from me, whether it's from me physically or not. It's set up in the system, right? Okay. Handwritten letters.
I remember.
Always handwritten letters, or random, hey, listen, I was thinking about you, do this. Or another way, again, I think that one of the best compliments in business is a referral. Yes. So if someone refers you to someone, I always put people in a 3-way text. Hey, Jessica, listen, I need to connect with my friend so-and-so. I think you guys can do business together. I think you'll be great communication. So when they're thinking, they're talking, and 6 months down the road, they're like, how do we connect? Oh, it was because of Miguel. I don't know, And you do that with the right people. Yeah. Eventually, they start doing the exact same thing because you treat people how to treat you. So by you doing that, you teach them how to communicate with you. You teach them, hey, Miguel does this for me. All I ask is, hey, listen, if you have other friends, make an introduction for me. I don't care. I don't want a referral. Make an introduction, and I'll take it from there.
Perfect.
But kind of go back into what you're saying. Does that stop there? No. I'll give you an example of what I always do for referrals. If you call me, hey, Miguel, do you know someone that does the service? Let me look to my couple people that I know, and then I follow up once the service done. Hey, how do they do? Do they do? And I look for feedback. The moment they give me positive or negative, I call them back, say, hey, listen, such and such happened on this job. You need to be aware of that. Because it happens 3 ways. I'm not going to continue to refer business to that person if they treated the client that I already had in a bad way. Because again, that's reputation is what we have. Correct. That's all we got. So that business owner knows, hey, Miguel's actually following up and he's doing his due diligence. Because this is like the wild, wild west out here. If you can do business and never see somebody again. But if a client calls me back, and this actually happened the other day, a client called me and said, hey, listen, this did not do too well over here. They cost me more than this. I called the business owner immediately. Hey, this happened. She says, okay, I'm going to fix it. I'll call right away. And then I let it be. Yeah. But I say that in every introduction I do, all I ask is that you execute. I promise you I do follow up on everything. Because if you don't execute, I won't give you referrals anymore.
And that's very important because that's basically your name out there.
100%.
Hey, like we need to know, or like the way you do business is that business owners out there or people out there know that if Miguel Camargo is referring a company, it's because Miguel Camargo took the time to vet them, and then like make sure follow it up, like he mentioned, that the business is done correctly or the service is done correctly. So you care even that much,
100%,
like to go back into it, and then the relationship after the client, which is. It's gonna be funny, but kind of like marriage. You can't date the woman or date the man and do all these like beautiful things before you get married, and then after you get married, not do anything else.
Got you locked in. So
Yeah,
I ain't gonna do it no more.
like we can't do that with clients. Like the same way we court that relationship to get them into becoming a client. We need to keep doing it. So because if you did all that great stuff and then you get them as a client and then you stop, you're still gonna make them feel like a transaction or a bunch of dollar signs. And that's not what we want, because that's like the worst feeling ever.
No, 100%. I'll tell you, the biggest thing is you can separate yourself is through customer service. Customer service is almost non-existent in most businesses.
Yes.
If someone calls you, call them back immediately. Don't shoot them a text saying, hey, I'm sorry, I'll get back to you tomorrow. No, if someone's taking the time to call you, call them back. That's actually how you set yourself apart. Call them. Don't just shoot them a text message. Don't just shoot them an email. One of the biggest turnoffs to me in business, and this is just my own preference, is when someone gives me a Google Voice number, when they let's just say I'm networking and they give me a Google Voice number, that's the number that they use, or they give me a business line. I said and again I try to be polite with it. I said here's my personal number. What is your personal number? Okay. Because I showed the fine line there. Let's become friends first, then we'll do business. There's people today that I have not done business with because I don't vibe with them as friends. They are probably very good at what they do. But if I don't vibe with you, I'm not going to spend money with you.
Very important. And it's that, like you said, like we all want to make income, we all want to make money, but at a certain time, if they don't vibe, I call it always my energy. There is people that are great at what they do and I see them, but when they're close to me, I just feel kind of like, I can't, like it needs to have a clear separation, because then I feel something and I may be crazy or whatever, and I respect that on myself. Like, listen, like you're great, whatever you need out there, but let's not cross that kind of like line in it. So it's good, like you said that, and I know you have a line that says you don't do, what is it, business or life?
I made the decision 2 years ago that I'm only doing business with people I can do life with, and let me dissect what that means. I'll do business if I got to buy something. But when I'm building my business, I truly pour my life into people.
Yes, you do.
It's not just, hey, we're going into business together. I'll see you Monday through Friday. It's, hey, no, what do you need? It's, hey, listen, I got this going on. I'll drop what I can and I'll be there for you. It's I do an analysis every year of, it's an inventory of relationships. It's who has called me, who has texted me, who has just checked up on me, who's been there for me, who's done business, who's given referrals. And I look at that list and I'm like, and the way I've done this list is on Christmas Eve, who am I actually texting? Who am I actually looking at? If I didn't text you on Christmas Eve, it's A, I may have forgotten. There's still so many people. But B, it's also, hey, I cared enough about these people where they reached out. but I look at that as important, right?
Yes.
And another thing about business is what happens is, are you showing up? Like punctuality is one of the biggest things that people take for granted. And I used to struggle with that. I can tell you in business, I would be habitually late, but every once in a while I'm running 15 minutes behind and I didn't communicate.
Oh.
And you get to the meeting, you won't believe the traffic, That was the biggest excuse. It's a slap in the face of someone when you're late and you give an excuse. Oh, this is such happened. No. You know what? I apologize. I should have left 30 minutes earlier than I did. Because you take responsibility for the part of where you're at. That is one of the biggest things that has got me ahead in life, because I realize if you don't respect people's times, if you don't respect your time, what does it say about the way you do your business?
Yeah. That is very important. I mean, I know, and when it comes to tax season that we schedule, sometimes we run late, but we try to accommodate and, and let them know or get them started and give them coffee, whatever, because sometimes you can't. But when you are the one going out to somebody else, then it's 100%. Like I get it.
I think it's different in your world though, because you're doing a longer transaction. I'm speaking in general, building relationships.
Okay.
And building relationships, that's where I'm speaking on. Treat people like people. The moment you treat them as, hey, what can I get from you? People can feel the alternative motive.
Yes.
And back to building that community, building how to get clients. I believe in creating a God economy is what I call it. It's where you build an economy of people that no matter what recession, economic situation, you all have each other's back.
That is.
It's what brings us together. How we build it is your tribe, right?
Yes.
It's like you guys have helped me out with my multiple kids, whether that or a vehicle, and you repay people, whether it's just Al and I going to go watch the UFC fight in Tampa, right?
Yeah, there you go. They had a blast.
But it's things like that. It's like, how can you give back to your people? How do you make them feel, right? There's a line, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right?
People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That's very important.
Yeah.
And I think I heard that line first with you.
Did you?
Like I hadn't heard that line before.
Okay.
But it's very important because it's absolutely everything, I guess, in business and outside of business.
Yeah, I mean, think of it like this way. There's another line that I learned is, show me how you do one thing, I'll show you how you do everything. If you are lazy in other aspects of your life, it'll sink into your business. If you are bad in your relationships over here, it's only a matter of time before it gets over here. I'm telling you, it's one of the biggest. And again, I'm my own biggest critic. I look at areas, I'm like, Miguel, you should have done better there. How has that affected these people? Oh, snap. And then you start peeling back the layers of the onion of where the things that you've gone wrong and what you need to do better. And when it comes to building this community, I take responsibility of everything that's gone right or wrong, whether it was my fault or not.
Okay.
So, and the reason I do that is
I need to learn that.
Well, the reason I take responsibility of things is because I don't want you to have control over of what I did. So let's just say you and I are in business and you messed up on something. Okay. Or you said something, or if I said something, I'm going to own it and say, hey, listen, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Whether I was right or wrong, I'm going to own it for my own self, for my own sake. Whatever you decide to do with it is what you decide to do. But I'm not going to let you have control over what happens in my mindset and the economy that I'm building, right? So when we're building this community and you're building that ecosphere of referrals, community, and people that you're going to be in business with, it's a mindset of, I'm going to operate at such a high frequency, no one can mess with me and mess with my mindset. So if you're having a bad day, I'm not going to let that affect me.
Yeah.
And eventually, you do that with the right people. People learn how to you teach people how to treat you.
Yeah.
People that know me, I'm a goofball.
Yes.
People love. The reason people goof with me is because they think it's okay to goof me, and it is, because that's how but if I was stern from day one, people wouldn't feel confident to do that.
Yeah.
They just sort of, oh, okay, cool. That's
yeah.
But I welcome that because that's my personality. I want people to feel welcome from day one, right? So those are the kind of things that I do to meet people and to start building those
Yeah.
programs.
And another thing I learned from you is the difference between a contact
And a contract.
and a contract.
Mhm.
Is that one letter?
Yep.
Is the R, and it's a relationship. And
Yep.
he's given us kind of like most of the tips, or if not all the tips. I think that's like the main core of it. Is we need to care about people
100%.
in order to make that contact into a contract, into a client, into however your business kind of sees the revenue coming in.
Yep.
But we need to really care about people. Another thing you do great in this city is how you build those communities and give them a space to come together and to
Yep.
get to know each other.
Yep.
Right? So those networking events that you do. Can you tell us about how you came with idea?
Yep.
And you know.
So we have an event called Flow Networking, and this was all based around our organization. It's called Flow. It stands for Future Leaders of the World. We, and I say we, I'm speaking of myself. Being in business is very lonely. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Some days you don't want to go to work. Some days you don't know who to talk to about the struggles you're going through. And because I meet people face to face, I meet so many people, I said, man, how can I come up with a way to get all these people in a room together? Because I know they would connect. But you get so caught up in your own life with the family, the business, your kids, and your you got to make money. You got to take care of everybody. So generally, once a month or every other month, I'll throw an event where we bring a bunch of like business owners together that I personally know or that have somewhat of a relationship with me, and we put them in a room. And I just say, hey, listen, I'm gonna put you in the room, let God go to work. You guys connect. And then in the events, it really becomes like that. The atmosphere is as a host, I'm coming up to each person. What do you do? Who do you need to meet? Oh, you need to connect with so-and-so. And I marry those relationships together. Because most people at networking events are the fly on the wall, or they stick with their own little clique.
Yes.
It's no. I try to get people like, give me your hand, come over here, and then bam, put them in a relationship, put them in a boom, I'm out, and I just go to a new person, and you make a web of these relationships, and eventually these layers upon layers upon layers come together. So these events have really grown on their own now. It's I've done it for 3 years now, but it all started when I went to a conference in Atlanta, and I was in this room. And I remember just kind of looking to the left of the stage. No one said it, but it says, get in the room. And I said, I'm going to go back to Jacksonville, and I'm going to put all my friends that I know into a room. And every other month, I would do a networking event. I would do an event, and I would make the phone calls. It wasn't just put out a post on social media. It was literally make a phone call, send out text messages, remind people, tell people to bring people. And I was investing a lot of money, energy, time into these events until eventually people said, hey, Miguel, what do you need? And then they would bring in their
services.
Yeah, they would, you need a DJ? I'm like, yeah, I need a DJ. You need catering? Yeah, I need catering. And they started to bring the ideas because they saw holes in what I was doing. And that's where, again, you need a good team.
Yeah.
You need people around you that you can call on, hey, Miguel, do you need this? I'm like, I would love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because I'm only good at certain things, and there are certain things I'm just like, I get anxiety about real quick, right?
That's why we say it takes a tribe, especially with those events. And I'll share this with you. I think the last event you did last year, it was kind of a hard year for the business. Well, it was the first year for the business. So every first year of any business is super hard, and you're always doubting yourself. Should I do this? Should I go back to being an employee? Like, what should I do? In that event that you had such great speakers and sponsors that it kind of lit the fire under me. And I was about to give up. These people here are saying they already have like 10 locations, and the first 2 years they thought they weren't going to be able to do it, and they were about to close, but they just kept with it. And like the stories of similar business owners, right?
Yeah.
It might be a different industry, but it's kind of the same path of like being a business owner, like not depending on anybody else, because being a business owner is hard.
Yeah.
It's like you don't go clock in and clock out, and they tell you what to do, and they provide you everything to do, like the clients, the work, and then you just get a check.
Right.
Being a business owner, you have to like obviously learn your craft, and hopefully we're all in businesses that we love and are passionate and we care, and we kind of studied that we're now experts and everything. But now we have to go out and get our clients and kind of set the processes that we want to do. and where are we going to meet the people, and how we're going to service them, and what prices are we going to do, and are we pricing right, and it's exhausting. You know, it's like, and like the videos and the social media and everything like that. So it was up to a point that I was telling my husband, I was like, oh my God, I would give up. And I almost even did not go to the event because I was so done with kind of like being a business owner. And we went to the event, and you had such great speakers that I was like, why would I give up?
That's funny. I never did that.
Why? And you've seen this 2024 for us here at JVM has been freaking amazing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the taxes went great, the whole year went great. Like it's the business that kind of nourishes and feeds the family and the household. Yeah. Like it's everything. And I was about to give it up last year until I went to one of your events.
Wow.
Like until that right before year-end event from last year.
Yeah.
And we found so many resources because it's not only, like I said, what he says when he gets up there is the speaker sometimes he has when it's kind of more of a workshop or seminar on different areas. And then the contacts and connects that each of those speakers or each of those people at that event has that kind of shares with you like another avenue of like maybe the stuff that you're missing to grow your business. It's right there in that one room, and that's what happens. So like completely grateful, and that's why we love doing life with you guys too, and love the family and everything. It's amazing. And that event, so I tell you guys, when he puts out networking events, and you're gonna see them on the page, on the Instagram and everything, because I'm always sharing your stuff, you have to go. If you don't speak fully English, don't just still go. You're gonna meet, we have so many bilingual business owners that go, or people that don't speak English, but we're there, like whoever is bilingual helps translate. So what is it that they're looking for, customers and things like that. You even see them with Google Translate on the phone, like trying to like have conversations and making those appointments to do. So it's great what you do. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts, everything you're doing from the city, because you do it from your heart. You don't do it thinking on your bank account, which is the most amazing thing that I've learned. And I learned kind of that side of being a business owner from you.
I love that.
You know, like caring about the client and how much you care, and not just the client wants the client is, it's caring about everybody else. And like, and I know you've heard me on the phone and my husband all the time, sometimes I pick up, I answer, do the research, and they're not even my clients. And it doesn't matter. They need the information. We know where to get it. So we give them the information they need
100%. So
they can make the decision or whatever it is that they're trying to do. And it's beautiful seeing and having that network of business owners that kind of do the same. I think you've given us a lot of information, and it's great. You can pause, you can repeat, you need to take notes, because everything this man talks is gold, especially for business owners. I've just given you kind of my testimony. It's worked great, and I get those three-way messages, by the way, often, which I'm very grateful for, with all those business owners that need a consult, bookkeeping, things like that. It's great to having you in my corner.
Love it.
Is there anything else that you think the community should know, or how they can contact you if they have any questions, they're needing anything in their business, or what is it that you do? Because we haven't even spoken about what you do.
Well, so I run a financial services company. You know, we teach everything on how to build wealth, how to protect your wealth, and making sure you become debt free.
Who?
You know, we specialize on small business owners. That's our biggest market right now. It's sitting down with your entrepreneurs who don't really have your benefits at your job.
Okay.
Even though we help a lot of employees at the same time, it's just getting your finances right. You know, one of the things that in business, we're so focused on getting the business going that you forget to even get your own personal finances in order. And, you know, we teach people to pay yourself first and get out of debt, have more assets than liabilities, start planning for retirement, get the right kind of insurance in place for yourself. And those are some of the basic services that we provide. But the biggest thing is if we can be an asset to you, reach out. That's easy enough right there.
He does free consults as well, people. So if you don't even know what you need, you can schedule an appointment, get with Miguel, go through your situation, financial or business. Maybe you're in need of some other contacts, and I'm pretty sure this man has a lot of contacts out there that he can connect you with, so your business can grow, which is the goal of all these videos, giving the community knowledge, get them to know experts like yourself, so they can grow their business and meet their goals in 2025. How can somebody contact you?
You can follow me on Instagram, or you can just call my cell phone number is 904-233-2438.
How are you on Insta?
I am Miguel Camargo.
That's super easy. So I am Miguel Camargo on Instagram. Let's go and follow him. Make sure you connect. Make sure, hey, I saw you on a YouTube video, or I have this question, or whatever. But make sure you connect with Miguel.
Love it.
I'm pretty sure your business it's gonna flourish from there.
I love it. Yeah, I appreciate you having me.
Perfect. Of course. See you guys on the next video. Bye.
Have a good one. Bye, guys.